Hi, I'm Betsy Rosenberg here with author JoAnneh Nagler. She's written a book that is going to be a bestseller because so many of us need it. It's called The Debt-Free Spending Plan, an amazingly simple way to take control of your finances once and for all. What made you decide to write this book? Do you have a financial background?
I do not have a financial background. I have a debt background. That's why I decided to write this book. I would call myself, before writing this book, before learning the debt-free spending plan that I created, a debt cycler. So I had a rebellious relationship with my credit cards, in other words. I was a creative person. I was an actor for a while. I had many different creative projects, and I would get to a point where I would sort of rebel and act out with my credit cards and run at my credit card debt in order to sometimes even live off my credit cards for periods of time so I could do something that I loved. And then I would crawl back out of the debt. And I must have done that about 6 times with debt somewhere between $6,000 and $25,000. And then I did it big time. I did it with a CD that I was making. It was a music CD, and I believed that this was going to save me from ever having to have a day job again. So I ran at my credit cards, I lived off my credit cards, and I was sure this was going to work. And I got to about 100,000 before I realized I was in deep trouble. My writing business had tanked. I was not paying attention to it, and I didn't know what to do.
Wishful thinking can be a problem.
I call it magical thinking, and our culture engages us in this.
It encourages it.
It
really.
encourages that thought process by saying, "Do what you love, and the money will follow."
Yeah, not always.
well, those of us who have debt issues, what we hear is spend money we don't have to fund something that's important to us, and then God or the universe or the magical money machine in the sky will reward us for taking that risk, and we'll be out of debt. But what actually happens is we put ourselves in a pressure cooker so intense that our budding creative project tends to fail because of our desperation to pay off our debt, because we debted to get into the project in the first place, right?
Can you relate? I can.
So it was terrible. And so I went out into the literature and tried to figure out, okay, what's there that can help me? And what I found was, get out of debt, it's a bad idea, and now here's how to invest. But no tools to help me get out of debt. No tools to help me when I was in real trouble and I was spinning. So I came up with this plan, first of all, so it was simple, easy, it only took 5 minutes a day, and it didn't consume my life. And now, as a result of doing it and living debt-free now for, I'm going to think now, 8 years, right? I have much more creativity in my life. I'm much more able to direct my funds in the places that I want them. I'm much more able to even downsize my spending and have clarity and live within my means like I did when I wrote this book.
It should be called the Creative Debt-Free Spending Plan.
It actually is.
An amazingly simple way to take control of your life once and for all. As a creative person who used to have a very good income and now have been donating my time for too long, I'm going to read this book. $16 may be the best investment yet.